Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you how I will make a delicious saltfish with cabbage. I'm using this boneless fish, and it's wild caught. Very important. I mean, it doesn't matter the brand, as long as it's wild caught and it's boneless. For those who are not familiar with the saltfish, just want to show you. Okay, the saltfish, see, it is salty. See, they preserve it by adding a whole bunch of salt on it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is rinse all of this salt under cold water, remove all of it, and we're going to boil it for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then I'll come back and show you what I do next. They're nice and washed. As you notice, there's no more salt on here, but there's still salt in the fish. So I have my water here. It's just plain water. And I'm going to add our fish to it. You don't cover it, because if you cover it as it begins to boil, this is going to boil up and come over onto your stove. So you let it boil uncovered. I have my stove on a high. But once it comes to a boil, I'm going to reduce it to about a number 5 and allow it to cook, like I said, for about 15 to 20 minutes. All right, our saltfish is cooked. I'm going to add some oil. You can use the oil of your choice, but I'm using avocado oil. And I have my stove on high to start off. All right, to my pan, I'm going to add some non-salted or unsalted butter. I'm going to allow this to melt a little bit. I'll just turn my stove down because we don't want our butter to burn. To a medium. All right. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and start to cook my tomatoes for a few minutes before I add my other vegetables in. Okay. Once it cooks for a few minutes, then I'll come back. After a few minutes of allowing this to cook, now I'm going to add in my onions and my bell peppers. And you can add whatever color bell peppers. And I'm using white onions along, well, not white, but yellow onions along with these red onions I have. I might end up adding a little bit more onions because I like a lot of onions in mine. So I'm going to allow this to cook for about a minute or so. And then I'll come back again. Now, I'm going to add some garlic. I'm going to also add my thyme and my parsley. Okay. And to this, I'm going to add just a little bit of onion powder. And I'm going to add some of this roasted garlic. Okay. If you want to use the whole cloves, you can, but I'm going to go ahead and just add just a little bit of my powder clove. Guys, you know I'm Haitian, so I make mine a little different from the other clove. I like mine spicy, so I'm going to add some Scotch bonnet. I like it spicy, but not too spicy, so I'm just using the skin part of the Scotch bonnet. And if you notice, the reason I like to add the tomatoes is because I like the color, okay? If you don't like tomatoes, you can leave it out. If you notice, our vegetables still have a crunch to it. It's not cooked all the way like I like it. So at this point, I'm going to add in the saltfish, okay, that we cooked. So we remove the majority of the salt out, but there's still some salt in to flavor our dish. Let me add some black pepper. It smells amazing. Okay. So with the tip of my heat-resistant spatula, I'm going to just break our saltfish up just a little bit. Okay, and we're gonna mix it in there. Or if you want, you can, cut them into pieces before you add it. This is ready to be eaten, I'll tell you the truth. Smells amazing. I don't want too much of a big piece, so I'm chopping them down just a little bit more. Okay, this is good where it's at. Now, at this point, we're going to add in our cabbage. You seen it? All right, we're gonna go ahead and flip it. Make sure our cabbage is touching the heat on the bottom. It smells so good. I mean, it looks like a lot of cabbage, but it's really not. You do not want to cook your cabbage all the way, okay? Well, I can't tell you what to do. If you like your cabbage soft, then let it cook all the way. But I like mine with a little crunch. So I'm gonna allow mine to cook down just a little bit so I can still have a crunch when I'm eating this, okay? All right, so now it should be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. All right, at this point, I'm gonna go ahead, it's almost cooked. I'm gonna add some shredded carrots. And like I said, everything I add here is optional. But I'm trying to keep it smells so good. That Scotch bonnet smells amazing. Okay. And then the last thing, we're gonna allow this to, you could taste it. And if you need to adjust the flavor, the heat, then go ahead and do it at this time. But I just taste a piece of it. It's fabulous. And last thing I'm gonna do is add some scallions, green onions on the top like this. And we're gonna let it steam for no longer than a minute more, and we should be good. All right, it's been a minute now. Smells amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm gonna eat it with some yellow yam and some plantains. Until next time, like, comment. Do not forget to subscribe. It's delicious, y'all.